Hey YouTube, welcome to our newest spoiler video. We're gonna jump into it really fast, but before we do, Terry's gonna yell at you real quick.
YouTube, Dragon Shield, sleeves, 5% off. Code TRUE5. Link below. Patreon, also link below. If you want more competitive content, find it over there. I think we're still doing a free trial. Use that. Lastly, coaching. Want to take your game to the highest level you can? Caven and myself, open schedules. Get some coaching today. Back to you.
Sorry for your ears. So today, I guess I'll jump right into it.
Yeah.
So we've got 3 cards.
Yes.
The first one we're going to talk about today is an Astra card called Aether Cloak Sentinel. So this one is one I'm going to talk about in just a second, but it's probably of the 3 the one we're least excited about.
Yeah.
But that's mostly just because it's really straightforward and it's pretty much a staple right out the box.
Sure.
So like if you're playing a level 3 deck, once we tell you about it, I think you might be like, okay, we're probably playing this. So anyway, 2 cost, 1/4 ally, Guardian Ranger Human with ranged 4, Spell Shroud, and Taunt. And like I said, it's an Astra ally. But the real reason you play this is for its class bonus on enter. You may load an Aether Charge card from your graveyard or hand into an Aether Wing weapon you control. If a card was loaded from your hand this way, draw a card.
Yep.
Pretty good.
Pretty simple.
Yep.
Nothing crazy.
Yep.
Really solid for defense. As Taunt and Spell Shroud. So it's hard to remove. It's sticky.
Yep.
And it has 4 health. So
Yeah.
still very sticky.
The ranged 4 can make it offensive,
Yes.
even though it's
Yeah.
a super defensive card as
Yeah.
well.
It's super cool.
Something to, I don't want to like kind of gloss over the keywords, especially if you're a newer player to Grand Archive. Even if you are a fairly old player to Grand Archive, you might not realize how good this keyword combination is of Spell Shroud and Taunt. This means that you basically have to attack into it. You can't just, Focus Flames it away or whatever spell card is currently being used to kill allies in the format. But this is something that we've really only seen this combination of keywords on things like Crawl and Overlord MK, things like that. And those don't even have Taunt, those have Intercept, I think. So
Genbu.
Genbu, yes.
That's like the only-
Genbu is the only recent one. So, I mean, Crawl and Overlord, you probably don't even know what I'm talking about if you're a newer player because they've never been meta viable.
Yeah.
They were basically unplayable cards to a degree. And then Genbu is insanely strong and obviously better than this card, but it is your whole deck identity, your whole build around, like, it costs you a lot in resources in a way, whereas this can be played in not even Diana Astra. You could just play this in Astra Arasana as a 2-drop 1/4 Taunt Spell Shield. Like that is a very defensive card. So I just want to highlight those keywords being together because keywords is a theme for this video for sure. So,
definitely.
some very cool keywords on there.
Yeah.
Don't gloss over that combination.
for sure.
It's
And
very easy to do.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, the ranged 4 is nothing to scoff at.
Yes,
Like,
right.
That's so offensive.
Yeah.
Yes.
Being able to just swing for 5.
Or let them attack into it with allies and stuff. Go cool, backstep, and then now kill your ally. I have
There's a lot of cool stuff.
And something I'll also point out, because this isn't on many cards, is that because it has Taunt, we don't actually have many Taunts in the game. Most Taunts have 0 attack, which means they cannot retaliate.
Yeah.
This does, 0 power. This does have 1 power, so if you have 2 of these on board and someone swings into one to try to kill it off, and then you can retaliate, now they have to swing into your other Taunter. So if you have 2 of them on board. So playing a little bit of that game where like it's really hard. Basically, if you have 2 of them on board, they have 8 health combined. It makes it really difficult because they have to, if they attack into one, you can save it by retaliating and making it rested. So now they can't attack into it, and then you have the other one standing. So
Even if you have a stalwart on board or something. But this is not unique, so you could do 2 of these, which is crazy.
And being able to reuse stuff that you've used out of your graveyard, that's really powerful. Because obviously with the Aether Charges and the Aether Ring weapons, we really want to be glimpsing them in. So we don't want to be actually activating them from hand. So we do get this cycle from hand if we are holding on to, we haven't seen them all yet. Maybe there'll be some high cost ones that we sneak into play and we get to draw into hand, which is huge because, who knows what cards we're playing in this deck. Maybe there's low cost cards where we don't need many where we can play this, cycle a card out of our hand to make our attack stronger and grab a glimpse card, dig deeper, get bigger attack. So I think there's definitely a lot of power, a lot of potential.
Very good card.
Yeah.
Our next card.
This one's so much cooler.
This one is, to me, probably the coolest of our 3. So it's called Expeditious Opening. It's a 2-cost wind, fast action Assassin Cleric spell. The next ally card you activate this turn can be activated as though it had fast activation and then draw a card in memory. So in Wind in general, we know how good playing a win card is that draws a card into memory.
Yeah.
That's replaces itself in general. That's kind of Win's shtick.
Yeah.
Is play something and still get something.
Yeah.
And draw a card. But this has additional effect, obviously, and it is you get to play an ally at fast activation. So what does this mean? Well, it makes old cards that were bad a little bit better. Probably not the full application for it, but hindered, and stuff that before it wasn't even called hindered is now a little bit better because you can flash it at your opponent's end step, and then they don't have any way to really interact with it, and it instantly restands on your turn, and you can swing with it right away.
Yeah.
And
Lancelot's back.
Lancelot's back. Lancelot's at least a possibility now. Crusader of Asa is actually one of the cards that doesn't have hindered, but it's hindered.
Lumbering Steed.
That one is one option you can play as well.
Can you do that the next time you play that card against someone? I want you to bring Lumbering Steed Expedition Opening to Ascent just so you can do that.
If I ever play Lumbering Steed, you have my word. That is how I will activate it every time.
Yeah, so obviously hindered is a great one. Foster is probably even a better one. So Foster has been lackluster because it's so easy just to deal 1 damage to those units or just kill them off, and with other allies, and they don't get their effect, and so it's just kind of sitting there, and it was usually slightly more expensive for the effect if you don't get the effect, right? So there's the new card in ALC Altar, which is a 3-drop 2/2, and I believe it has Vigor and +1 power and +2 health if it's fostered. So you can flash that in your opponent's end step, make it a little harder for them to kill, and then you go to your turn and you level up, and you get your 3/4 beater online, which is insane. So Foster is really good. You can kind of guarantee that effect. Academy Guide's another really good one because you just to leave on board, go into Tony, give it, Tony has taunt, and you have an Academy Guide for your next turn, so you get like double value out of it, all that kind of stuff. But this is GA. There's a lot of on-enters. Best on-enters are probably, stuff that affects your opponent or is making them play awkwardly, which, Dungeon Guide is kind of an insane one.
Yeah.
Playing the Dungeon Guide, leveling up, gaining value, saving yourself, getting your on-enter what it might be. I mean, I think about even just like Sylvia level 2. Going from Sylvia level 1 to Sylvia level 2, they're about to kill off your animal or beast, and you just go, let me level up real quick before you do that. Yeah, draw, and then you're good.
Yeah. Or like you use Dungeon Guide on your turn, I flash in my Heavenly Guide, and now I get to level up for free.
Yeah, so we're probably only scratching the surface of what you can do.
I mean, this is the most versatile card in GA, I think, honestly.
The real card on enter that I'm thinking of, obviously it's us, so it's Dream Fairy. Getting fast speed removal that cannot be stopped by Spell Shroud.
Nice Genbu.
Nice Genbu, dude.
It's pretty unreal. There's so many applications, but the really cool thing too is that how versatile this card is. You can use it in basically any deck, right? So ally decks, super strong. Keep your allies safe. Do your foster, hinder, whatever. Even if you just didn't draw Lurking Assailant in your opening hand, so you're like, oh, I have no good turn 1. Now I'm just gonna do bop, play any 3-drop and it's safe, right?
Yeah, that's a sick turn 1.
That with Gildas, because like Gildas is kind of an awkward turn 1 even, but this way you can play Gildas the board and go to your turn.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many applications for ally decks, for foster decks, for whatever, to mid-range decks with Dungeon Guides, to control decks with Dream Fairies and all that kind of stuff, right? Like, think about playing this in something like Razor Gate of Anatos, right? Like, playing it, getting the card draw, getting the ping, and then flashing in a Dream Fairy as a defensive option, right? Like, or
an ASIN.
Or if an ASIN is super cool if they're gonna kill an ally anyways. Wow, that's really neat. Or if they are activating an attack card, you can respond to the activation of that attack card by flashing in a taunt or intercept, and due to how the stack works, you will still be able to intercept or that attack card, which is really cool.
Yeah, that's really strong and a huge blowout.
There's so many applications for this card. I think it legitimately is the most versatile card we've ever seen in GA's history.
Yeah. It's also just a sick card if you play Razor Gale, because it just replices itself and it's a wind card. So.
And it's 2 cost.
And it's a 2 cost.
It's a cleric spell.
And it's a cleric spell.
Yeah, I mean, we got Extricating Touch for last year's or last season's last set spoiler.
We got there.
But when we got that, I instantly was like, this is one of my favorite cards in GA. I'm super excited for that. It was a 2-cost spell again, and I guess 3 costs technically. But here we are with another 2-cost spell, just unreal. It feels like it has so much applications. Super excited for this.
Yeah.
Except for whatever cards we see next that have on-enters or other abilities, other allies that we get to see.
Yeah, every single card that has an on-enter ability now, like you have to look at it and be like, is that good at fast speed, right? Because like, imagine a card that has like on-enter your opponent's, well, that'd be really weird, but on-enter your opponent's attacks cost 1 more to activate or something like that, which would be very odd because it's only good with this card, but you get what I mean. You know, like any sort of on-enter ability now, you have to think of, if I do this on my opponent's turn, is that busted?
Yeah, it's super, super cool. And, you know, speaking of being excited about cards, we were able to include our good buddy, Zack Crous, the creator of Sylvie.gg. Let's see what he thinks about our 3rd card.
Hey guys, we are here with a very exciting spoiler, and we're going to be doing this one a little differently than we're showing the other 2 spoilers that we got. For this card, we're here with Zack, aka Crous. He actually runs the Sylvie.gg site, and we are going to be having him basically guess this whole card. It's going to be quite a process, so strap in. I'm pretty sure this is going to be fun. So, Zack, I will give you a freebie. I'm going to tell you the name of this card. It is Mary Ann Maladroit Maid. So based on the name of this card, what typing do you think it is? Like ally?
Unique ally.
Yeah, cool, perfect. It is a unique ally, guardian human, no class bonuses on it, so typing's a little irrelevant. What reserve cost do you think this is?
1 cost.
Nope.
4.
Nope.
6.
Nope.
2.
Nope.
3.
Yeah. All right, and then attack and defense is the only thing we're gonna have you guess. What do you think the attack stat is?
It's a 3 cost, so like 2-3?
Nope.
2-2.
Nope.
3-3.
Nope.
1-3.
Nope.
Oh no. 0-3.
0 is correct. What is the health?
5.
Nope.
4.
Yep. 0-4. 3-drop 0-4, unique ally. And this shares an element type as a card that can sweep the board without attacking with your champion.
Umbra.
It is Umbra. I was thinking Carter.
Oh.
Carter Cleave. All right. We got all that out of the way, so now it is just the effect. This is an SR2, if that matters. So Mary Ann gets +1 attack for each, +1 power for each omen you have with different reserve costs. Mary Ann has, and now this is we're gonna start making you guess a lot of cards. So now Mary Ann has this keyword, which is shared with a horse that you can pull from an event pack. Dilu. Yep. What keywords does Dilu have?
Vigor?
Yes. So Mary Ann has vigor as long as one of your omens has vigor. The same is true for, and then the next keyword is
2 hours later.
Oh, Sword of Seeking.
Sword of Seeking, True Sight. Perfect, easy. All right, so guys, the full effect for this card, which is absolutely unreal, is Mary Ann gets +1 power for each omen you have with different reserve costs. Mary Ann has vigor as long as one of your omens has vigor. The same is true for Ambush, Intercept, Steadfast, Stealth, Spell Shroud, Taunt, and True Sight. I literally had to breathe so many times during that sentence. This is a lot of keywords. It's a very, very exciting card. Super excited to share this with you guys, and DTR is looking like a lot of fun. Whew, that was a lot of keywords. Very excited for all of our spoiler cards. If you made it to the end of the video and you are a new player, we actually have a question for you. We are doing a Q&A video soon on the channel, very, very soon. Yeah. Please leave a comment below about anything that you might have like confusion with Grand Archive, anything that you want to understand more. We do try to do a lot of content and like help out the community as much as possible, but usually we are focused on more like competitive play and stuff. And I know that sometimes there's not a lot of intro videos for GA, and so we want to help get people to the point of understanding our videos to the fullest extent. So yeah, anything that you're confused about, anything that you have questions about with GA in general, drop a comment below and do it quickly. We are going to be making this video soon. So thank you guys all so much for being part of the channel, and make sure you subscribe so you see that new Q&A video. Peace.